Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Friday, January 10th. Today I am joined by...
Hey, happy birthday, Zach.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Zach.
I am joined by Matt at schools_01, Boomy at BoomyTCF, Frank the Tank at NJTank99. Go follow him on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLilja, LILJATCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Go on Instagram, go on Facebook, type in typical Chicago fans. You will find us on there. We post all of our all of this stuff on our social medias. We go to YouTube, subscribe on there, and then go to wherever you get your podcast from. Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, go on there. Type in typical Chicago fans. We put all the audio for this and our other podcast on there. Like I said, we got Frank the Tank back on. We had you on last week, Frank, to talk about the division round, the wild card round. But we're having you back on this week. You had some fun last week, but yes, Frank, it is.
Yeah, my picks were really good last week. It's I'm making some picks. Last week I went 0-4. Couldn't get anything right. I lost my shirt, but you can win if you listen. And go the opposite way. Come fade my picks. Come fade my picks. Come fade.
Frank, I bet the house on the Patriots after your pick, and it didn't plan out for me.
Fade my picks. Come fade away my picks.
So we'll call it this week just Fade Frank's
What an
picks
intro.
this week.
Oh boy, in fucking Buffalo, you're up 16-0, and Josh Allen turns into
That's exactly what happened.
I'm running. Oh, lateral back. What? Why am I going to lateral back? And then Booger McFarland, what the Bills need to do right here on third down is they need to line the ball up in the center of the field, run the ball, and then quickly spike it so they can get the field goal team on fifth down.
That is
Is Booger McFarland? Is it me? Is Booger McFarland?
Well, that is one of the things.
No.
They need a lot of guys.
All he knew how to do is tackle somebody.
He also is good at drawing things on the board while trying to show you what kind of defense is going on.
He needs his cart back. That was totally useless last year. As Jason Witten had no personality.
Yeah, that is true. That was brutal. Now he's back in the NFL. I wonder if...
And who's the other guy? Yeah. Joe Tessitore? I don't even know the guy's name. The guy has zero charisma.
No, he goes too far over the top with like the least important plays too. It's like a simple first down on 3rd and 1. He acts like somebody won the Super Bowl on a last-second touchdown. Like he's a little bit excessive for my liking.
I mean, the ESPN announcers are just trash. I mean,
Al Michaels is still the best in my opinion. Yeah.
The worst thing that happened was that they wouldn't pay Mike Tirico.
True.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to find a good
Tirico was great.
A good combo for like football on ESPN. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that is for sure. Well, let's move on to we got the divisional round this coming week. We got the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. The first game here on Saturday. The 49ers are 7-point favorites. The over/under is 44.5. Frank, what do you think?
Well, yesterday's on this date was the only time that I remember the Vikings ever winning in Minnesota and in San Francisco, and that was with Anthony Carter. So unless Anthony Carter comes back tomorrow, I don't see the Niners losing this game. I mean, Kirk Cousins. I mean, say what you will, he actually won a big game, a playoff game. What a shocker that was! But did he win that game, or did Sean Payton's playmaking and just? Okay, we're up 10-3. We're gonna throw the ball down the field. I mean, Drew Brees had a terrible game. Taysom Hill was much better than Brees. So, okay, we got Taysom Hill taking this down the field. Okay, let's go back to Drew Brees. We're gonna have him drop out a shotgun. Strip sack.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just the Saints just like were lethargic. And it was like they never got going, and then they're trying to throw these home run balls, and when they're up 10-3, then 10-6, and it's like they just never got it on track. They're arguably
the best team in the NFC, and they go out there and do that against a Vikings team that kind of struggled at the end of the season there, and lose to a Kirk Cousins who had never really won a big game, and it's just. What do you think? Do you think that Drew Brees and Tom Brady will both be back next year?
They'll both be back, but I think we're now getting to the point now where I think the sun is setting.
They're both getting old. They're both in their early 40s?
Yep, both are in their 40s now. Brady will be 43 next year. Brees will be 41.
That's crazy that Tom Brady is 43 years old and he's still playing football at a very competitive level. That's just... Like he said, he is the best at keeping himself healthy and everything. So, Frank, you're taking the 49ers. Boomy, who are you taking?
I can't choose the Vikings, man. I'm a Packers fan. I got to go against them. I think the 49ers are going to get them. I think they're just a better football team. Kirk Cousins is going to be Kirk Cousins. So
you always think Kirk Cousins will be Kirk Cousins, but then he did what he did last week. Who knows? Matt?
I actually think Minnesota's going to pull off the upset.
Money line?
I like them on the money line at I think it's plus 285, I believe.
It is plus 270.
Yeah, bad.
I don't know. Their defense played really well, especially in the second half last week against New Orleans. And Cousins obviously is a concern, but I don't know. So is Garoppolo, frankly, and Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook can run against San Francisco's susceptible.
People forget he was hurt. He was hurt
especially early
at the beginning of the year.
Downs.
He was leading the league in rushing for the first few weeks there. I think that he is one of the top running backs in the league. I wouldn't say he's the best, but he's one of the better ones in the league. And I think that him and a good Kirk Cousins could easily go into San Francisco and win this game. It's just the playoff combination.
I think Harrison Smith's a great matchup for trying to neutralize.
I
know this is always said, but defense will win you a Super Bowl, and if you get to the playoffs, and the Vikings have a very good defense, and I think, like I said, with if Dalvin Cook and Kirk Cousins can maybe just get a little bit going there, this defense could beat anybody.
Yeah, I think Harrison Smith's a perfect
people forget that the 49ers have
I forgot
defense,
that, Frank.
So, Nick Bosa, he's had a great monstrous season.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right about that one.
I mean, you could even make an argument that he could approach.
I was just going to say that. Do you think he's had
he's a lock
an amazing year?
Rookie of the year?
Probably the conversation.
I mean, he's a lock for defensive rookie of the year.
I forget that he's a rookie. That's crazy.
Yeah, it does. I think it's the whole, his brother being in the league, it throws your brain off a little bit because I've been thinking the same thing.
And, of course, Ohio State's on every fucking week, so.
Yeah, you never forget
all the time.
Yeah. Do you think that the 49ers have a good enough rushing attack to win this game?
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's gonna be George Kittle.
Right. I love George Kittle.
George Kittle is gonna just riddle. Is gonna just tear the Vikings apart. This game's gonna be a 20-point game.
Frank said.
You don't think Harrison Smith?
No, now it's
I'm not saying he's gonna shut Kittle down, but Harrison Smith's outstanding.
No, I think we're looking at like a
Love
31-10
it.
final.
Love it.
I don't know. Middle of the pack defense against the run, San Francisco. Watch out for
I
Cook.
would love
Cook should
a
have
big
big
time
game.
win by the 49ers. And then the late game on Saturday, we got the Titans and the Ravens. Not a game we thought was going to be played, but it is. The Titans off a big win in New England. None of us here talked about this game last week. None of us said that New England was going to win the game. None of us picked them. Unfortunately, I think all of us did.
Yeah, I put up way more money than I ever
I
could
think
have
we
on the
all
Patriots
had the
minus
Patriots.
5,
We were
so
all
I
very
think it's better
confident in the
be you.
Patriots. And then the Titans just go and ruin it. Tannehill, Derrick Henry just goes crazy. Do you guys think that Tennessee can keep the magic going, or are the Ravens too good?
I think they can. I don't think they will, but I mean, if they can get 80 whatever
Yeah.
yards out of Derrick Henry, they're going to be in a decent
That's
spot.
a
But
lot.
I don't know if
Lots to ask.
Baltimore's defense is going to allow that.
I think that the Titans can keep this game close. I think the Ravens made a blunder in resting everyone last week. I think you might see a little rust, especially since it's the first time they're playing in 3 weeks.
Right.
And Lamar Jackson, I almost forgot that he actually played in the playoffs last year because he had a really bad playoff game. I actually tweeted out and called him
lost to the Chargers, right?
I actually tweeted out last year calling him Fumbles McGee because he had like 5 fumbles.
That's
We worked on it
right.
this
That's
summer
right.
or this offseason.
I mean, so that was regular season. We don't know how he'll come out in
second playoff game, but
in the playoffs.
A lot of expectations in this game.
So I don't think the Titans are going to win the game, but I think this game is going to be a close game. I think this game is going to be decided in the last 5 minutes, and I said I could see this game being. Let me see. Hold on. For some reason that just popped up there. All right. For some reason I see this game being something like 20-16 in favor of Baltimore at the end.
So we're
keeping it close.
We're gonna
finishing
take
it up.
Titans plus 10 there. I do like that. I think that's a big number for a big playoff game like
Yeah,
this.
I agree. I do like the Titans.
Yeah, the number is way too big.
Way too high.
The Titans will definitely cover. Won't win, but I think the Ravens leave town with like just escape, win by the skin of their teeth. The game, they'll have their shaky moments, but I think at the end they'll make the play, and I think the kicking game will be. Justin Tucker is one of the best kickers in the league, and the Titans field goal kicking, they have no confidence in it. They've only made 4 field goals during the regular season. They've had 4 kickers in the regular season.
Cody Parkey. Cody Parkey was one of those kickers.
Correct.
My favorite kicker in the NFL.
I just remember that he went to Antarctica to visit to see if he could hit the South Pole.
Frank. That was...
Frank, come on.
I think it was January 6th was 1 year
man.
ago. The double doink. Unbelievable. That was a good one. Boom. Matt, do you agree with the...
They actually showed him practicing.
Yeah. That's the worst
Come
part.
on.
They showed him practicing hitting the pole.
He practices.
Well, don't forget the Dolphins game. He hit 4 posts that game, I believe. He missed 4 field goals, and I believe all 4 of them hit the
Well, I'm
upright.
a Dolphin fan. I know how terrible he is. Before he was with the Dolphins, he was with the Browns. And the Browns, when he was at the Browns, the Browns should have beat the Dolphins, but he missed a couple of kicks.
Didn't he spend his rookie season with Philly, too? I thought he was with Philly when he first came to the
Frank,
league, too.
speaking of the Dolphins, you came on our podcast at the beginning of the season and said tanking for Tua. You had the whole song. You're going to get Tua.
I think
Really
it's a
good chance. You called
I
it.
think it's a good.
They'd be crazy to
They would be
pass
crazy.
up on him.
We know one's going to be Burrow. We know
Yes.
two is going to be Chase Young. The only question is
Yeah.
who's going to get 3 and
Anything
4.
crazy, I guess, can happen. You never know.
I mean, Justin
Yeah.
Herbert's going to be in the mix. Jake Fromm better not fucking be in the mix. I don't want Jake Fromm
just
anywhere
declared
near
today.
the Dolphins.
Yeah, he hasn't impressed me
Like
at all.
a shit quarterback, Jake Fromm is there.
Matt, do you have any thoughts on this game?
Well, on Jake Fromm, I have this bad feeling that the Bears are going to end up taking him in the second round. I have a really
Sounds like
bad
something
feeling.
we would
Ooh.
But
So
anyway,
they're going to replace Mitch Trubisky with another Mitch Trubisky.
that's my point, Frank. We've been dealing with this shit for decades in Chicago. For decades, we've never had a quarterback. So
Sid Luckman.
it's a trend that
Hall of
It's going to
Famer.
continue
Hall of
forever.
Famer
We had
Sid
Butler,
Luckman.
and they just couldn't build.
Hall
They
of
couldn't build it
Famer
around Butler.
Sid
They couldn't do it
Luckman.
around our guy. Our
You
one
had a
hero
guy.
that
What
we
was
had.
his name? Was it Bobby Douglas?
Bobby Douglas. He runs a golf course out by me in Sandwich, Illinois.
I mean, Bobby
Douglas
Bobby
is running a
Douglas.
golf course.
That's
If you ever
life.
watch the old NFL films, you watch this the coach at the time was Abe Gibron,
He was a mobile quarterback before there were mobile quarterbacks.
and
right?
he's like screaming, "Douglas, Douglas, what are you doing, Douglas?" I think he was like I think he had a reputation that he could not complete a pass over 10 yards.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he is like Mitch
Yeah,
Trubisky.
okay, let's just say this. We haven't had a good quarterback ever. Well, since Sid Luckman.
Sid Luckman, have some respect.
Jay Cutler. They never gave him a system.
That's very
to work
true.
with.
That is very, very true. He did not get a chance to be in a good.
The dog.
All right, Matt,
shit
we're just going
coaches
to move
he
on to
played
the next
for, too.
game. We got Texans, Chiefs. Chiefs are 9.5.
No. Can we skip this game? They're all. I'm not even. I don't know if I'm
You
gonna
think it's
going
gonna
to
be a blowout?
Because all they're going to do is talk about. No. All
Oh,
we're going to hear about
yeah,
is
this is the
Trubisky because
Trubisky
Watson and
Bowl.
Mahomes.
Even though Trubisky could never play in this game.
Waddle and Sylvie are calling
Yeah.
it the son of a Mitch Bowl.
Two quarterbacks
I
that
like
should
that
be
one
on a
better.
team that I like.
this is it now. The path
Yeah.
is there for Andy Reid.
Really is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Doesn't have to go
I
through
mean,
the
the-
Patriots.
If it's not now or never.
The Chiefs ended the season really strong. They played really good after getting that bye week. I mean, they were off to a little bit of a slow start, but they really finished strong. They had a really strong finish over the last month of the season. And now they have another bye week, so they have a chance to come out strong again. They're home. They're playing a Texans team that's not really that good. Texans team that's a little banged up. Texans team that basically just benefited from the Buffalo Bills becoming the Buffalo Bills. And I think I think they're gonna blow Houston out of
I think
the
the
water.
same thing.
I think so.
Totally agree.
I think we're looking at
Totally agree.
I think we're looking at like a 38-16 final with the Texans only scoring late
Yeah,
some
I
cosmetic
think so too.
points.
I don't think it's gonna be close.
I mean, I wouldn't even surprise me if Kansas City goes over 40.
I think because the over/under is 51. Like you said, I could see the Texans getting a few touchdowns late in the game when it means nothing. So I could definitely see this being a high-scoring game in the favor of the Chiefs because I just don't see how the Texans can stop the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'd see a
Boomy?
total blowout. Yeah,
Yeah, man. I hate to be the jumping on the bandwagon with everybody, but I don't know. Just the Chiefs in the playoffs. I don't know, man. They've proven to me at least last year. I know they lost the AFC Championship game, and I just like what they do, man. I just don't know if the Texans have enough to stop it.
I
mean, they did in the regular
don't
season.
think there's a question.
So the boys are all on the Chiefs. The TCF morning show is all in on the Chiefs. Confirmed.
Maybe that's the
Yeah, I
show
think that
pot
should
for
be.
Pigoy.
That should
If
be.
he's listening.
The last game, somebody here may have some thoughts on this game. Boomy. It is Seattle Seahawks going to Green Bay to play the Packers on the last game on Sunday. I'm thinking for a big Seahawks go into Green Bay and win the game, and I think it's going to be a Russell Wilson.
Under what grounds other than
I
you hate
think-
the Packers?
You know, two of the best games this year, during the regular season, was the Monday night game where the Niners suffered their first loss at home in overtime to the Seahawks, and the last game of the year where the Niners won the division by 1 yard by beating the Seahawks in Seattle. The Seahawks were actually a reverse of what you would think they would be. Usually, they're one of the best home teams in the NFL. This year, they were 4-4 at in front of the 12th man.
That's crazy.
But they were 7-1 on the road.
Love it.
Yep.
And now they went into they made Carson Wentz go.
Big difference between Carson Wentz and Aaron Rodgers.
Will Carson Wentz ever actually play in a playoff game? I mean, geez,
Is there any more though?
Harry and Joseph. I mean,
So,
one year he
what
pops his
percent?
knee. One year he pops his knee, and then they go on and win the Super Bowl with Nick Foles. Last year he hurts his back and they make it to the second round with Nick Foles. Now this year there's no Nick Foles around and it's wah 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 wah. I mean I saw a thing on the internet. Here's a picture of Carson Wentz. Click on it. Don't hit too hard. He's fragile.
Even though that concussion
That's
was
exactly what happened.
that was a bad.
That
hit.
was a bad hit.
So yeah. Now I think that I look at matchups and I think about what the Seahawks can do. They have a quarterback that's smart, that's experienced, that knows how to win big games. That can match up very well with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers really didn't have that great a year. Didn't have a thing. And if I look at the Packers, they're kind of a paper tiger. I think this game sets up perfectly for the Seahawks to go into Lambeau Field
Love it,
and
Frank.
come out with a
Frank.
Love it.
27-17 victory.
Spot on, Tank. Spot on, Tank.
Frank, you don't have
Because
to pander to
sometimes,
these
you know
people.
what? Sometimes I go against the Packers, but Tank just brought the heat, and he said, "These are the facts. This is why the Seahawks are going to go into Green Bay, Lambeau Field, and win the game."
Here's
It's
where
a
I disagree.
hungry dog.
I
right
cursed
there.
that place when I
Very,
was
very
there.
Where I
hungry
disagree.
dog.
Here's where I'm going to disagree. The Packers have struggled against the good running games this year. The Seahawks do not have a good running game. Their
Beast
wide
mode.
receivers are
Beast
very
mode.
inexperienced.
Beast mode.
If this game was being played in 2012, then I'd be afraid of Marshawn Lynch, but it's not. So bring his little chubby butt in there, and he's fine. He's
And
not
you
going to do
forget
anything.
You forget that Russell Wilson is able to sometimes
Run the ball.
make plays on the run.
Now Kenny Clark's
No,
sitting on him
my
this weekend. He won't.
Give me a break.
I just don't feel it for the Packers this week. I feel the worst thing that possibly could have happened to the Packers is this matchup. I just think the Seahawks don't match up. I think the Packers don't match up well with the Seahawks. I think if you would have ended up playing maybe Saints, you might have had a better shot actually.
True. I think
We'll have to agree to disagree, Frank.
Russell Wilson,
Yeah.
as clutch as they come, too. And that's not a guy I want to see with the ball.
7-1 on the road. 7-1. About to be 8-1. I love it. Go see her.
Well, no, it's 8-1 because of
Oh, you said
the
regular.
Eagle
okay.
game. Well, it's about to be 9-1.
Yeah, they already won on the road.
Not very good at the
They already
whole
went.
map.
They already went across
Not very good
the
at
country
math.
at once.
Sorry.
So 8-2.
Sorry.
So I think it's just meant to be a Seattle San Francisco NFC Championship
Love
game.
it.
I just won't.
That's
As
what I want to
said,
see. I don't want either of those teams in there. I don't want either the
Vikings.
Packers or the Vikings in this game.
Packers
Oh my God,
Vikings
that'd be my worst
NFC
nightmare.
Championship.
That'd be my worst nightmare. Two teams I
That's
hate.
why I want it.
No, the worst nightmare would be for America would be 49ers Packers. You could get your pillow out and take a nap during that game.
Yeah, I don't feel great about our odds against San Francisco. I'll be very
because
honest.
if Green Bay has to go into San
Even like I
Francisco,
said,
you might as well just send the 49ers off to Miami right now.
All
I
I'm
don't like
saying
this
is a Vikings Seahawks money line parlay is paying plus
oh
897
my
right.
God.
Once you just Venmo me the
Oh,
money,
you want to
then.
take those odds? If you
I'm
want to take
just
those
saying.
odds, I'll put 10 on it.
Oh, are we?
Because then
are
you
we
have to
doing
pay
that?
me so much money.
Oh,
That is a dumb
Here
bet
we
by you.
go. Here we go.
But yeah, that's been the divisional round preview. We'll have Tank back on next week to talk about more of how we did. But let's move on. We got one little subject here between doing some trivia with Tank here. Taco Bell. $100,000 they are now giving their managers to work at Taco Bell. They're trying to make it more of a wanted job, I guess. Do you guys think it'll work by paying, like, Matt made it seem like that
Yes.
it'll all work out. You think it will too, Frank?
Oh yeah, $100,000. Yeah, sure. Jeez.
The company
That's
can
what I
afford
was
it.
thinking about. I
It's
didn't
not like
know
Taco
if
Bell's
if
hurting
that-
for money.
But I guess
Yeah.
you said they're making enough money to do that.
Yeah, they're
I
just,
mean,
just sure as hell
decent
gonna
amount of money
afford it.
every month.
I mean, where
That's
can
what I'm
I
saying.
sign up at?
Yeah.
I
Think
mean,
about a career change.
all you had to do is put the dog food. I mean, the
Hey, take it easy, Frank.
the food in the taco shells and the soft taco shells.
Boomy's a big
Chalupas.
time, Taco Bell
Big
guy.
Taco
so.
Bell guy.
And with the legalization of pot, Taco Bell is going to become
Illinois.
Booming business.
Illinois just became legal, so Taco Bell is.
How you can pay their managers
That's why
$150,000 for
Taco
all the
Bell can
munchies they're
afford all
selling.
that.
Well, it's going to be on the ballot this year in New Jersey, and I'll be shocked if it doesn't
not?
pass.
I think it should be passed everywhere.
Yeah,
But
easy.
yeah, that
It's only a matter of time before it's
Oh, yeah.
legalized across the whole country. Maybe in Alabama it will still be illegal, and
Texas, it'll still
like
be.
that.
yeah, that would. What if it's just down to those last two states? You think they'll be the last two?
Let's see,
It'll
Alabama.
definitely be.
Mississippi.
Yeah, southern states.
I mean, maybe if Alabama legalized meth, they'll have people lining up for that.
That would be.
You have people waiting
That
at the
would be-
border to get in.
How about South Dakota?
That would be insane.
Frank's taking shots across the country. Here we
I
go.
love it.
They came up with this slogan. South Dakota meth, we're on it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
the greatest
we
piece of
know.
marketing ever done.
That's
We see the statistics. South Dakota, we know.
South Dakota. I think to actually live in South Dakota and to actually want to stay there, I think you actually do need meth.
Yeah. It is horrible. It's the worst
Never
state I've
mind.
ever driven through.
I mean, South Dakota has one thing, Mount Rushmore. I mean,
Yeah.
what the hell? Yeah, all you have is Mount Rushmore, and in the rest of the state, it's okay, get me out of here.
It's literally like 40 miles between exits on the interstate. So, like, if we were driving through when I was like 16 or 17, and you had to make sure you stopped and went to the bathroom where you had enough gas, because if you didn't and you wound out there, like, it'd be legit 30, 45 minutes till you saw another exit with a gas station.
Yeah, Wyoming is like that. Wyoming and Idaho
Yeah.
are both like that too, especially eastern
wild.
Idaho.
But that was a quick talk on the whole.
You know what's funny is my father. He lived in North most of his life. He went to the military. Met my mother in Montana. They moved back to New Jersey. He taught for 25, 30 years, and then he decided to retire to Idaho because he didn't want to be around people. He is fucking miserable. He's fucking miserable. He hates it. There's nothing around. There's nobody around. He wanted to be around nobody. He's around nobody, and he fucking hates it.
Is he going to move back?
Hilarious.
I was going to say, if he doesn't like it out there, might as well move back.
Have you been out there?
If you could ever drag him away from the television set, I mean, well, Judge Judy's on 6 hours a day, so he has to watch all 6
Judge
hours.
Judy.
It's hard to argue with his point.
That's hilarious. Hopefully, she just lives in the middle of.
Frank, you ever go out there?
Yeah, I've been out there most Christmases.
Is it really just in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, no, it's 10 miles away from the middle of nowhere.
That's crazy. Boomy, you got some trivia for us?
Yep, and I'm a little all over the place tonight,
he's
Frank. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm concussed.
You didn't know
we'll talk
Boomy's
about that later.
You got hit in the head with a basketball.
Yeah. If you watch my face during the show, it's kind of all over the place. But let's get started, Frank. We'll toss you a softball to start. What year did the Cubs install lights into Wrigley Field?
88.
88. You're correct. Moving on from that one.
Game got rained out, and they had to play the Mets the next day. So the first game was 89-88.
Kind of spoiled the fun of that. Who was the first team to have lights?
Cincinnati Reds.
Do you know the year?
1936.
All right. I had 35, but you could be right. Probably right. That's what Google told me.
Yeah, it could be 35. You know,
either
you're
way,
sometimes
that close, I don't give
it's a 30.
my age.
Either way, that's a ridiculously close answer. Either
that is, yeah. We're just splitting atoms here. What year did Soldier Field get renovated to the capacity that it is now?
Let me see. Well, it reopened in 2003.
Yep.
I mean, you mean when they ruined Soldier Field?
Yeah, the mistake by the lake.
They landed the UFO on top of the old Soldier Field.
I mean, Soldier Field was such a nice-looking stadium. It had
Beautiful.
charm. Those columns were beautiful. And now they're gone.
Yeah, it just doesn't look the same. All right, back to the...
you
been there before, Frank?
Stadium. I mean...
Yeah, I think so, too. Isn't it like a National Historical Society? That's why they couldn't knock it down?
Probably.
I think
it's almost like when the Yankees renovated Yankee Stadium.
Frank, have you ever been to Soldier Field? No. You ever been to Chicago? Never been to Chicago.
I've never been to Chicago.
You gotta get out there. Here.
I mean, when the Yankees in the 70s, they renovated Yankee Stadium, and they just they got rid of the decorative awning. They only put it out in the outfield. It didn't look the same. It was the same stadium, but they gutted it and completely rebuilt it. And it wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same stadium. No. It lost a lot of its charm, and that's why even when the Yankees knocked it down in 2008, it wasn't like you were knocking down the old Yankee Stadium. It wasn't the old Yankee Stadium. It was a renovated Yankee Stadium. The new Yankee Stadium actually looks more like the old Yankee Stadium in some places, although it has no charm. It's like built for the CEO and like marble tile halls.
Yes, I agree there.
What do you think? What do you think of Wrigley Field?
It's a nice stadium. I mean, I miss that they used to play. They're now just another night game, though. They don't play as many day games as they used to. That used to be part of the charm there.
Yeah, they have gone more to the
night games a year.
They go more to the night game, but yeah, it's a lot of day games. Even still, there's still a lot of day games, but yeah, they are going more towards the night games, trying to make,
especially the more they play on national television and stuff.
No, I do like the unique bullpens underneath the stand. That's
better than it be on the field.
Cool.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, the bullpens on the field. I think that thing's a thing of the past. I think fewer and fewer teams are doing that now. I think there's only
like 3 or 4 stadiums left with them on the field.
I didn't even know there still was.
All right.
What's the next question, Boomy?
Trivia question number 4, Frank. After speaking about Soldier Field, what decade did the Bears-Packers rivalry begin?
20s.
Yep. Do you know the year specifically, the first game?
1921.
Damn. Spot on, man. All
right. Christ.
You ever hear the story of the Chicago
No, let me hear it.
Tigers?
Yeah, the one that you told us last week about they had to play for the right to play at Wrigley Field?
Yep.
Yeah, that one. That's crazy. All right, last one, Frank, since we're talking rivals here. We talked about the Cubs. What year did this should be an easy one then, since you got 1921, you better know this one. What year did the Brewers join the National League?
1998.
Zach, did you have any idea the Brewers used to not be in the National League?
Kind of.
You did?
I think if you go to their stadium, it has the AL on stuff.
Yeah, I've been a Cubs fan my whole life, but I completely forgot for like 10 years. Yep.
I remember the 82 ALCS, where they lost the first 2 games and then won the next 3 to win to go to the World Series. They beat the Angels.
Oh, okay.
Back when they actually had a real Beerstein out there. And Bernie Brewer actually used to dive into off of a keg into the beer.
Boomy, is that all your questions? Frank,
that's all 5
phenomenal,
of them. Frank got them all right.
Job. Frank, we cannot. Like I said, I'm still saying we gotta get
Stump to Frank. Is not going well.
You guys in a little trivia. Be awesome. But Boomy, you do have a wacky web story for us, right?
Of course I do. Even in my hazy brain situation, I found a good one. Yeah, so did I, because I have a concussion.
Go on.
Let's see. This takes us to Las Vegas, Nevada, where Las Vegas firefighters have discovered what officials are describing as an illegal homemade gas station in a man's backyard. This man opened a gas station that runs from his backyard.
That is fucking brilliant.
Well, yeah, until your house blows up and then all the neighbors are dead.
It's worth a shot.
What did he get charged with doing this?
That's got to be some EPA.
Imagine
stuff,
having
probably.
jugs of gasoline in your backyard.
That's
well, here's what he got in trouble with. He bought all of the gasoline with stolen credit cards.
That'll lead the
changes the game
right to your house. That'll lead him right to your house.
Like, dude, come on.
Illegal you're buying
96 gallons of gasoline at a time. Like, that's going to tip somebody off.
Because you want to do something.
But what if he's providing free gas to those cops to keep them quiet, hush money, and then he's contributing to the government. He's contributing to local government and providing a valid service.
Well, he was picked up by the Associated.
I don't think he's doing this. He's buying them on stolen credit cards. I don't think that's the path he's going down with the gas. But you're doing 2 bad things, and you're just emphasizing the one bad thing by buying it with the stolen credit cards.
The only bad thing here is stealing the credit cards. Let's not act like running your own gas station in your backyard is a bad.
I guess it's.
Well, like I said,
it's
entrepreneur.
That's all I'm saying.
The whole
entrepreneur
in flames.
Yeah. It's like fucking lemonade stand, basically.
Lemonade stand. You just pull up your car and you just.
They said that they basically ran like a.
From you got a Wawa in the backyard. You know?
Yeah, they ran the hoses from the tanks. They didn't even have to go into the backyard. They would run 50 to 60-foot hoses, and people could just pull up on the curb and fill them up, or have them filled up. With
just the edge of the road, just fill up gas real quick and leave. If you're the people
using a fucking garden,
if you're the people getting the gas, though, you're like, it's so much easier than having to go to the gas station.
But yeah, head over to 35th and Broadway. Gas is only $1.50 a gallon.
He's using a
I
funnel and a
wonder
garden hose,
what
for
gave it
Christ's
away.
sake.
Maybe the people pulling up to your house with putting the garden hose in their back of their car.
Do they have like the old like tube alert things where you drive over the
Ding,
tube and
ding,
ring the
ding,
bell
ding.
and shit? The guy runs out with the funnel and the fucking garden hose.
Some
Wait,
sketchy
wait,
meth
wait,
head just comes
where
out
was
and
this?
grabs
Where
the
was
hose.
this?
This is awesome.
Oh, I was say
Las
it was in New
Vegas.
Jersey.
Oh, it's got to be a Sinclair station then. I was thinking.
Is
East
it New
Coast Wawa or
Jersey?
something.
People
No.
still pump your gas for you. Yeah, so if it
Yes.
was in New Jersey,
I don't
That's
know.
how-
I have no idea how to pump I have no idea how to pump a gas.
That's
I've
crazy.
never
How much?
pumped
How much
gas
do you
in
have?
my
How
own
much do you have to
tank.
tip? How much do you have to tip, Frank?
No tipping.
No tipping.
I just think
Okay, so this is a state law that they're
Yeah,
required
that-
to pump it for.
Yeah,
you.
it's state law.
Matt, when I was driving through New Jersey and stopped on the interstate, the rest stop, like I jumped out and filled up my own
That's
tank and I got
crazy.
yelled at.
Are these gas stations 24 hours?
I've never not
some of
filled
them
up
are.
my tank by myself. That's crazy.
Yes, exactly.
Is it like
Yeah,
the only
I've never had
state?
my tank
How
filled
many
up for
states
me,
in America
ever.
do that?
I think
That's
the last
crazy.
state now.
Yeah, because I think Oregon just
That
changed
is
their law
crazy.
last year.
Is it because
And-
Christy didn't want to get out of his car?
And we need to say that like we need to be
if you're,
special.
if you're leaving the last one, be the last one. That is something else.
That's your hill to die on.
Yeah, dig your heels in and just stay. We're not pumping
That
our
would
own
make
damn
me
gas,
feel-
all right? We're going down to Billy's house down the street.
Especially
and
with-
get the funnel.
Yep.
Especially with how cold
We'll go to Las Vegas.
it's
and
been
get
so
filled up on the
cold around
curb.
here.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. That I don't have to go pump my gas.
Actually, a local station, the Hy-Vee gas station in Peru, on Wednesdays, they have people out
I'm gonna
that
have to
will
try
pump
it
your
out.
gas.
Just see what it feels like. Oh,
It's a little weird.
Frank, I'll report
not a
back
fan
to
of
you,
it.
and I'll let you know how it is for someone else to pump my gas. That's crazy. So you said you never pumped gas?
Never pump my own gas.
That's
That's outstanding.
But
That
has been the
crazy.
TCF Morning Show, Friday, January 10th. Thank you to our sponsor, The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyOtter.com. Beautiful mug here made by Hannah Prentice. Go to there if you like some pottery or woodworking stuff. Also, they have an Instagram and Facebook page if you want to get in contact with them about maybe something custom that you want. But again, that is themuddyOtter.com. Facebook and Instagram is where you can find them on the social medias. Also, Score Trader. Like I said, we did not win money this week, but if you want to win money in the division round, Pigoy is going to tell you how you can win the money and how, unfortunately, how we did not win money.
Score Trader NFL Wildcard Weekend recap. We on the TCF Chicago team had the second best quarterback in Deshaun Watson. We had the top three running backs with Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, and Devin Singletary. Did not place in the tight end category, and we did have the top wide receiver in DK Metcalf. Unfortunately, we learned the harsh reality of this new daily fantasy system in that the more assets you own at the time of kickoff, the larger risk you take. And if those assets do not cash, then you're going to lose the investment on those assets. Therefore, making your selections all the more important. But nevertheless, Score Trader will have more contests for the next weekend of the NFL playoffs, the divisional round. We encourage you guys to go check them out. It is a free-to-play daily fantasy app with a whole different spin on how to draft your team, how to draft your players. It is a stock market-based contest with trading during the entire week, and then your players are scored based on their performance on the field during the game, and the top three players from each category are then scored, and if you own those players based on what you invested, you will get a return on that investment. So go ahead and check those guys out. It is at Score Trader app on Twitter. Totally free to enter. Real cash prizes. Thank you to Score Trader for partnering with us at Typical Chicago Fans and the TCF Morning Show.
Thank you, Pigoy. That was if you want to go on to Score Trader, go onto the App Store, type in Score Trader, download it. It's free to play, no deposit. They give out $500 cash prize last week. They're going to do it again this week. So we got third place. We got $50. So again, Score Trader, go in the App Store, download it, free to play. But Frank, thank you again for coming on the show 2 weeks in a row. We're going to have you back on for the next round because it's just we got to get our picks going. We got the playoffs going. So again, thank you to Frank at NJTank99 at Boomy TCF at schools_01 at ZLILJA is where you can find TCF is where you can find me on Twitter at typical_Chicago, Instagram, Facebook, Typical Chicago Fans. Boys, we got anything else post show? Anything else?
Hey, I don't know if you heard. I think I have a
concussion.
concussion.
I thought we had one more thing we were gonna bring up, but I cannot remember it. Whoa. It is my birthday, right?
You do have a concussion.
Fellas, it's my birthday, right?
It is your birthday.
The song.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Frank. That was beautiful. That made my.
That was beautiful.
Did we get a little birthday buzz cut too?
Well, you have to get out the buzzer to do it.
I got a haircut today.
You got it from the
I did get a
bathroom.
haircut today for my birthday, but I didn't get a buzz cut. Thank you for that, Frank. That made my whole birthday, even though it's an hour and a half away. My birthday's already been made. Again, thank you to all you guys for coming on the show tonight. Go follow, go on the wherever you get your podcast at. Type of Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe, follow, rate, review, unsubscribe, resubscribe. 5-star rating for my birthday. If you want to do that, a little present to me. And then also go on YouTube, subscribe. We put all the videos for this, the TCF Morning Show, and our TCF podcast. Again, thank you to Frank the Tank at NJTank99. Thank you for coming on the show. Boys,
Thanks,
See
Frank.
you guys next
see you guys
time.
all on Monday with just a little recap of the weekend. We love you all.